What's up, guys? It's been a while since I made a video on the garden. uh, Garden actually kind of gets neglected a bit in the winter time because it's hunting season, so most of my free time goes to that. Puts meat in the freezer, feeds us. But it's the beginning of February. It's about time to do some hard trimming and get the spring garden going. It's actually chilly. We got a little cold front. I think the rest of the country's getting smashed with snow. It's pretty chilly here. I was gonna make this video a couple days ago, but the wind has been so bad. So anyways, just wanna show you guys what it grew to from last year before I chop it all down. The peppers, I made sure to cover up every time it got real cold, and they just kept producing. If you look, I mean, that orange habanero there has to have 75 peppers on it, and this red habanero has a bunch. You know, some of them are too ripe, if you will, but I'll save seeds from them still. I'm about to trim everything back hard so I can get these plants to be a little more sturdy. They really got rocked in some of these storms we had, got blown all over the place. The Trinidad Moruga is still got a bunch of peppers on it, and it did really well. I love my peppers. I make hot sauce and I do all kind of stuff with them. Even these serranos right now are covered in really good looking peppers. I mean, I'm just so happy with how they did. The serranos, there's a bunch, but you see it's all laying over and heavy. Trim it back and the stalks will get more sturdy and support the peppers more. Some poblanos. Yeah, we had a bunch of different peppers. These are the ghosts, got pushed over big time. You can see there's one up there. Can you see that? Where is it? There it is. I got this little one here that I'm hoping survives. That's a ají limo. It's a lemon pepper. If you guys have never had that, they're amazing. And then the jalapenos, I've still been harvesting a bunch of jalapenos. I put some, they call that confetti cilantro. My wife got it and I put in that pot there. The eggplant, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pull out. It got huge. It produced a ton of fruit. I didn't like them too much. So I think I'm gonna pull that out and put a couple tomatillos right there in the end of that bed. Then put another cassava stick in the ground because my cassavas got blown over in that late hurricane that we had. Harvested 56 pounds of yucca from 2 trees. Anyways, so this is the one area that I've been still working on, even though it was hunting season. So I've got some beets here growing. I've got a couple broccolis, which you could see. This one's starting to get crowned. This one's a lot smaller, but it's getting there. Then I've got that, and that. I've got 3 Brussels sprouts, a bunch of arugula, which I honestly wasn't the biggest fan of arugula, but it's grown on me now. I've had to eat so much of it since it has grown like that. Got rosemary in a pot, a little bell pepper in a pot right here, collard greens, which always do phenomenal. I've got some potatoes here in this kind of wire thing I got set up. A little mango tree I grew from seed. This whole bed actually was planted in tomatoes at the beginning of the fall, and it was nematodes or something because the roots on some of the plants didn't look good. But all the tomatoes got affected, and just the 4 that are in this bed are the only ones that made it through whatever the problem was. That one there is called a Mr. Stripey. It's actually doing the best as far as what it looks like out of all of them. There's a Better Boy there and these two Romas. And the Roma's got some tomatoes on it actually, but the plant just looks weird. It's definitely got something wrong with it. I've just been letting it go because it was cold anyways. So we'll see what happens. There's basil in a pot there, another collard green, and these are turnips. They're doing pretty damn good too. To be honest, I'm happy with them. This papaya tree got broken in half. It was, you know, as tall as that one. It got broken in half in that hurricane. And this one here, the quality of the fruit has gone down tremendously. So I'm thinking about cutting it down too and letting it re-sprout. I've got a couple racks of bananas. There's a rack there. There's a rack over there that's a little bit older actually. There's some potatoes going in here too. You could see that. There's also potatoes going in that little white bucket there. A couple blueberries didn't make it. 3 of them did. 2 of them are supposed to be pink blueberries, and one of them is just a sunshine blue. The olive tree, you know, it's gone dormant pretty much, but hopefully it can flower this year and produce some stuff. The 2 pineapples down there look good. Avocado in the bucket there. Now these are impressive. I mean, the olive is impressive, it grew a lot, but these guavas here, I mean, that thing is pushing, I don't even know, 17 feet tall maybe. It's huge. It was so small when I planted it, and it's been maybe a year and a half. I don't even think that long, but it was literally the size of like where that little crotch is right there. It was so small, both of them. And that one's a lot wider than it is tall, but it's pretty damn tall too. I'm gonna cut them down quite significantly, almost like I do a crepe myrtle. And just because guavas, the fruit comes from the new growth, so if you don't cut it back, then all the fruit's gonna be way up there where it'll be more challenging to pick. So, and then I'm pretty sure they're gonna fruit this spring after I cut them, because that fruit, there was a blossom in the fall and then that fruit came. So I'm sure now it'll fruit real good. There's a tomato there in a 7-gallon pot. These are the gandules, or the pigeon peas. The 2 of them, there's another one right there. Right there. They got real messed up in that late hurricane too. But so I trimmed them back real hard, and they've been blooming. You could see, man, it's hard to see because there's no light, but there's a little pod right there. But they've been blooming. They're gonna have pods. I'm excited. I probably won't use the first ones to eat. There's not going to be enough, but I'll save the seeds from those 2 trees and then just plant out a bunch more trees, give some away, sell some, and plant more here. So I'm excited about that. There's some up there too that I've already turned to pods. So, and then and there, my puppy dog died. He was an old boy. He died the day after Christmas. It's pretty sad, but that's life, right? Here we got another broccoli. There's crowns starting, and these here are my cabbages. They're already forming heads. It's pretty neat. First time growing cabbages. And then my star fruit had a decent amount of fruit on it. A lot of it fell off, but there's still, you know, 3 or 4 on each little branch. So, and I don't know if that's from the cold or from being in direct sun, I don't know, but either way, it's got some fruit on it, so I'm happy. That is what the garden's looking like right now, guys. Give me about a month and I'll get back at you.